Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video on the channel, welcome. I hope you stick around. A few weeks ago I made this video about how to find your personal style analysis, blah 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 blah, and a few people commented on that, or like DM'd me on my other social media and were like asking for a tutorial on how I did that makeup. So I was like, okay, fine, that's what we're going to do today. So first of all, I found the tutorial. I found it on Pinterest when I was just like scrolling, and I was like, I want to try this. I don't really remember what I did exactly, so this won't be an exact recreation, but I'm going to try my best to copy what I did. Also, I just thought that we could talk for a while. Like I said in that same video, like that makeup, I'm not very good at the advice giving thing, so I'm not going to be like giving advice. We're just going to be talking. If you read the title of the video, you obviously know what we're going to be talking about, and we're just going to get into that while I do my makeup. So it's like a 2-for-1 situation. You're welcome. So obviously with that look, it was like really focused on my eyes, so I have to make sure the eyes pop the most. I went out with my brows, which is what I normally do, so I'm just going to brush them through first. Okay, I'm trying to be as exact as possible, so I just got this bar of soap. I'm going to make it just a bit wet with some rose water. You can use any water. So and then just scratch the soap and comb through the eyebrows where I want them to be. We're going to be talking about being moody and like having chaotic emotions, and this is about me. I'm not giving advice on how to like not be moody. This is just about me. I'm not even giving myself advice, I'm just stating facts. Don't expect to come away from this like with some groundbreaking revelations. Maybe you discover something about yourself, but this is definitely not an advice session. That's why I'm calling it like a diary entry, because this is just stuff that I just say to myself, or stuff that keeps me up at night. You get it? Okay. And then I'm not going to fill my eyebrows in. I'm just going to carve them out with a concealer. So anyway, the first time I ever got called moody, or the first time that I can remember, was in grade 6. And if you've watched, like, I can't remember, I think it's like one of my super old videos from last year, and I felt like my life was a movie. So like the first time I got called moody was when I was fighting with my former best friend. Like when people asked her the reason we're fighting, she said, oh, she's moody. Like this was in grade 6, just when I was starting puberty. So like obviously I was going through some stuff, and maybe I handled the situation wrongly, but like I was 11. Okay, I feel like I've never really been an emotional person. I just feel emotions very strongly. Let me explain. I don't cry a lot. Like if somebody offends me or something happens to me, or like if I'm in a group of people and we all experience the same thing, and then those people like start to cry or feel really bad about the situation, it doesn't really affect me that much. Yes, I cry when I have a serious personal problem, but in general I'm not a crier. I'm not a crying type of person. But when I do feel something, I guess I'm just very passionate about stuff that I like or stuff that I care about. If I dislike something or someone, it's super hard for me to change my mind about that thing or that person. I know this is bad or whatever, but if I get offended in the morning, it's so hard for me to get unoffended or get back to my normal state. If I get upset during the day, chances are I'm going to sleep upset, which again I know is not ideal. If I like something or I enjoy something, I don't just like it, I obsess over it, which I'm sure you've guessed by now given how many times I talk about stuff I like or stuff I'm interested in. Also, I don't really have a filter. If I feel something, or if something happens to me, I feel the need to immediately speak on it or immediately make it right, or what I consider to be right in that situation. Usually people don't like just go straight into attacking someone when something happens, but me, like, I don't like feeling powerless. I don't like feeling like I'm giving the other person, the person who's offended me, power over me. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm going to take this lighter shade of concealer and this brush I use for light concealer, and this is the main part of the look. Not too much, and I'm just going to put it in on my eyelid, just all over the lid, very carefully, because I'm going to, like, this is just to lighten up the area because I've got dark circles from not sleeping, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, as I was saying, I always feel the need to speak up for myself or speak up for others who I feel have offended, and I get that this is a good quality. This doesn't have to be very clean or neat, as you can see, because we're going to blend it out and all that. Not having a filter sometimes has stopped me from being taken advantage of, being perceived as weak or easy to manipulate and stuff like that. But there are times when I don't properly assess the situation, I will admit, and then I end up causing more harm than good. I end up hurting other people's feelings without even knowing that I'm hurting their feelings. And again, if you talk too much, you end up getting this reputation of, oh, she talks too much, which again has saved me from like being taken advantage of, because people know, like, okay, this girl talks, we can't just go do rubbish when it comes to her. Okay, now that my eyes are a bit brighter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this like brown color, this deep brown color, and I'm just going to use it to blend out some of this concealer in the corner and on top. You'll see what I'm going to do to make sense later. Just going in with a fluffy brush. You can already see it's sort of blending into my skin tone. We're not going too much here, but you'll see why later. With me not having a filter and basically just saying whatever comes to my mind, sometimes this affects people. Like I said, I feel like the people who receive it the worst are my best friend and my mom. I don't know why they still put up with me, honestly. I have tried working on that because I don't want to be mean to them. They're people I really care about. But yeah, they have they have dealt with my for a long time. Anyway, and another consequence of like not having a filter is I don't really understand that people process emotions differently. Well, I never understood. I do now, obviously, because I'm learning and I'm growing. But for a long time, it would bother me if I see someone being more emotional than me. I would be like, why is this affecting this person? Why are they crying over this? It's not that serious. It was never that serious. But then I've understood that I need to have empathy for other people's feelings. I need to know that I can't say this to this person because this person is emotional. This person is going to feel offended or sad or hurt if I say this to her, even though I myself wouldn't feel that way if I was told this or if I was in a similar situation. Now, we're going to go back in with our very, very light concealer. I don't think I showed you guys this shade, but it's super light. So I'm going to take more of this concealer, just a bit at the tip of my brush. And then I'm going to, you see where my eye folds here? Or there's this line where my eye creases. That's where I'm going to place the concealer, just along this crease. I'm going to take it up to somewhere here in the middle of the eye. I'm going to do the same here, somewhere in the middle of the eye. Another thing I've noticed is I'm not a very patient person. Like, I try to be. I really try, because I know that myself, I take long doing things. I'm actually very slow at doing a lot of things. When I say slow, I mean like in school I was always the last person to finish eating in the dining. I'm so slow at doing certain things, but then I'm not patient again, which is very strange. I guess my philosophy is that if I'm done, everyone else should be done. If somebody else is taking long, like, I get really upset. But if somebody is rushing me for taking long, again, I get really upset. It's a lot to handle, I know. I've known for basically my entire life that I have an RBF, which basically means if I'm not making a face, if I'm not smiling or frowning or whatever, like, this is my default face. My default face can come off as upset or intimidating, which I can't change it. I certainly don't want to walk around smiling for no reason. And like, all my close friends and family know that this is what my face looks like, and they've learned to accept it, because again, it's my face. So I guess sometimes because of that, before I even talk to people, they perceive me as rude and unwelcoming, which, like, I understand. I've met people like that before. Like, sometimes I'll see someone and I'm like, oh my goodness, she's so cool, I want to talk to her, but then I'll see her face and I'm like, maybe not. And sometimes I feel really bad, because there are some people who I myself may want to be friends with, but then because I scare them away with my facial expressions, yeah, it makes me feel bad. But then sometimes that is, those boys, them, I'm sure. If you're a girl, when you're just walking down the street, they just come from nowhere. Hey, smile, Sam. Why are you upset? Now I'm talking to you, upset. I hate them with a passion. Like, first of all, you don't know me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what's happening to me. Whether it's my actual face or not, what if I'm actually upset for real? Yes, then you've come to talk to me. I saw this one TikTok where this woman said whenever that happens to her, she just tells them that her uncle died. And honestly, I think I'm going to start doing that, because some of them are extremely irritating. Like, why should I smile for you? Who are you? Are you my relative? Smile some. I don't even want to talk to you in the first place. Why should I be smiling for you? And this is what we have so far. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drag this to the bottom of the eye. We're not going to take it very far. We're just going to keep it within this line again. I don't know how to describe it, but yes, this piece of fat under your eye. Another issue I wanted to tackle when it comes to why my moods change up really fast is I lose interest in things. Well, not things. I lose interest in people or connections I have with people very fast, which can be a good thing sometimes, because if I have a friend and the vibes are just not vibing, cutting them off isn't really a traumatic experience. Ooh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Hold on. I'm just going to connect this top part here on the corner. See there? They were saying I lose interest in people and relationships very fast. Like, if I see it's not serving me the way it once was, I just like mentally check out. And this can lead to like me I don't even know if I'm supposed to be admitting this, because the people who have been victims of this may be watching this video. Hi. But I do warn people, so don't say I didn't warn you. And again, I know it's bad to just disappear on people and not give a reason for why you're disappearing. I don't know why I do this. Once we've got all of this, I'm just going to put a bit of brown eyeshadow again, and I'm going to blend out around, not on, but around, just in the borders, just very lightly. I'm not going to touch the corner, just on top here and towards the end. And at the bottom here, blend it out. As I was saying, I guess in my head I tell myself that it would be easier to just not explain myself, because how do you explain to someone that no, I stopped talking to you because it no longer served me? Like, that's just so rude. Okay, and I feel like this is it. I can't remember what else I did. If this is not exactly how it looked, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, yes, I'm going to take my eyeliner, draw a wing at the corner and in my inner corner. Very thin, very tiny wing there. I'll do the same this side. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to make a tiny triangle. This is what it looks like up close, just very tiny. And I'm going to do the same on this eye. And there we go. Yeah, I'm just going to place this in my waterline. That it looks like my entire eye has been outlined. Do the same to this eye, right in the waterline. This is where we're at, basically. Then I'm going to take my primer, which is on its last legs apparently. Don't want to touch those areas where I already put like makeup and stuff. Foundation, I use the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation in shade 24. I normally just do 2 pumps or 1 because it's very, very high coverage, so I don't need to use too much. I go in with a brush, put some on there. You see, it's already super high coverage. Then just blend that. Anyway, so I'm going to take my darker concealer now and just use it to contour my face because I don't know why it's looking this light. Yes, so just around here. And then on my nose also, I'm going to try to do the scissor contouring. Have you guys ever noticed how Scissor does her nose? Like I don't say she does too much because like if she's happy with how her makeup comes out, then that's fine. And I'm going to blend everything out. I'm going to brighten with this slightly darker shade of concealer than the one I used in my eyes. There's a bit to carve out that a bit near my nose area here. Over here. For my nose, I'm going to use a brush to blend out the contour. Oh, it's getting really dark. Blend that out. Sit next to the nose and not too close to the eye and the eye makeup. Make sure everything is just nicely melted into the face, just to avoid this hard line that has come up. Just go in with your foundation brush, and then my powder, you guys, sad story, got broken. I'm just going to add this on top here, just a tiny bit for my nose now, because I haven't yet mastered this part also, so I don't like adding too much. Then for the corner, which is again super duper important with this eye look, I'm going to go in with some white glitter, this one right there. And I'm going to lightly blush my face using my new technique. like I've said earlier, I started using a beauty blender. And then for my lips, which is another thing I got asked about, I'm going to line my lips with a brown liner. I'm going to add my trusted rosy lips. It's a bit in the center here. Then I take my red lip pencil and I color it in. I'm going to add just a bit of this black liner. And the last thing I'm going to do is add my mascara. If I don't name a product, it's because I got it from a Chinese shop. So just just know that. Back to my venting session. I think a lot of my moodiness comes from the fact that sometimes I tend to be very emotionally selfish. I will oftentimes prioritize my needs and my feelings over other people, which is good sometimes. And if you're a people pleaser, it's good once in a while to prioritize your own emotions first before thinking of others. If you're always the one giving and never receiving like that attention, it's good to prioritize yourself. But I think I just do it to an insane degree sometimes. And to finish off, I'm going to take my eyeshadow palette. This has become my favorite thing ever. I don't know if it's scissor inspired or what, but I'll just take some gold and then just put it at the tip of my nose. I don't know, it's just my favorite thing ever. Yeah, this is the finished look. I didn't say this was a video about how I'm going to better my life. I just wanted to vent and let everything out. Also, I think I have a bit of a superiority complex. I guess that's why I feel like my feelings need to be more valid. We'll get that in another video. Trust me, we'll get that in another video. Anyway, this is the makeup look. Let me show you guys the eyes. I think it turned out cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me ranting and exposing myself and all my bad qualities. Now you know. I will be doing more video diaries like this, just because I feel like I have a lot to work through and I don't have a therapist. Maybe you can like share some of the experiences that you've had, if you've had similar situations, or if you feel the same way. We can talk in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you have not already. Today's question of the day is, what's your favorite number? Tell me in the comments below. My favorite number is 17. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Every time I drink like a